Hello and welcome. It's Sanchez. Welcome for another lesson for math. Today we will be reviewing some basics. And what do I mean by basics? I mean, we're going to review some stuff you should know. But, long summer, the pandemic hasn't made life easy. Who focuses on math, right? So we're going to be reviewing. Our first lesson is going to be adding and subtracting signed numbers. Now, this is something that some of us are struggled with and never had the ability to catch up. But today, we're taking the time to learn this. And if you don't learn this, then, you can rewatch the video. There's going to be more resources. There's going to be time to practice, okay? So our learning target today is be able to add with positive and negative numbers, all right? So make sure you have this written down. And that's one of our learning targets. And our second learning target, which is the harder one, but not really once I show you this cool little trick, is to be able to subtract with positive and negative numbers. All right? So that's what we will be doing today. Okay? So make sure you take a moment to write this down. Pretty sure a question is going to pop up, say, what's our learning targets today? All right? All right, so first we're going to focus on adding numbers with the same sign. Now, I know what you're thinking. Positive plus positive is positive. We got that. So this is easy. 5 plus 3, that's 8. That's how we're used to doing math. And we're going to keep doing it that way. That's the easy part. You guys got the easy part. If you don't know how to do regular addition, please let me know. I'll help you with that too. But come on, algebra, so we should know how to do this. All right, now we're going to focus on something that's a little bit harder. It's called negative plus negative. The rule is negative plus negative is still negative. All right, get that stuck in your head. All right, so let's start with a problem here. Let's start with an easy one. All right, we're going to have our first example. Example 1, right? It's going to be negative 2 plus negative 3. All right, what does this equal? The way I want you to look at it is positive and negative numbers. They're two groups of people. All right, so let's say we were counting. All right, let's say there's two. These are two negative people, right? And these are 3 negative people. Right? How many negative people are there in total? What's 2 plus 3? Well, that's 5. And we'll draw them like this. All right? So that's 5 negative people. All right? And, negative people, they get along with each other. They're the same kind. So 5 negative people. So how do we write negative 5 in math? We just write it like negative 5. So we're going to say negative 2 plus negative 3. Oops, that's not negative. Negative 3 is equal to negative 5. All right? That's pretty simple. All right? So now we're going to give you another one. We're just going to be counting how many negative people there are. It's like regular addition, only there's a negative sign in front, okay? So we're going to, I need to create a new page. Okay, so let me create a new page. All right, so sorry about that. I need to create a new page. So this is an example that I want you guys to do by yourself, right? So we're going to go example 2. We're going to have negative 4 plus negative 2. What's that going to equal? All right. So the trick is when you have negative numbers, it's like a regular addition with a negative sign in the front. All right. So we have negative 4 negative people here, right? 4 negative people. And we have 2 negative people here. Right? How much does that equal? That's gonna be, let me just write these equal signs better. That's gonna be a total of 6 negative people, right? So that tells us that -4 plus -2 is -6. It's the same thing as 4 plus 2, right? So it's the same concept. You're just going to add like you normally would, only you're going to keep the signs, all right? So a little note for you guys here that I'll write. Add numbers. My bad, that's the wrong. When you add numbers of the same sign, you keep the sign. The same sign. All right, and this is the easy part. I know you guys can do this. So I'm gonna give you guys I'm gonna give you guys a practice problem right here for yourself. All right, so I zoomed out here. Let's see. So try on your own. Try on your own, and that's gonna be -5 plus -4. What does that equal? All right. That's the easy part. All right, and then that's it. All right. So we're not done. We're gonna keep going though. So what happens is we're gonna add with numbers with different signs. Oops. Adding numbers of different signs. All right, we're gonna focus on this. This one's a little bit trickier. So this is what happens when we go positive plus negative. What does that equal? Well, the answer is we don't know. It depends on the numbers that we're using. But there's an easy trick to remember, and I'm just going to show you an example, all right? So pretend that positive people are one army and the negative people are one army, all right? And we're going to get started with an example, right? Let's say we have positive 2 people. We're going to do 2 versus -1, all right? What does that equal, all right? So remember, so there's 2 positive people, right? So there's 2 positive people here, 2 pluses. Ta-da, 2 people, 2 positives, right? And they're going to go versus, let me do that in black. They're going to go versus 1 negative person, right? Now the thing is, each fighter can cancel each other out. So 1 positive and versus 1 negative, they cancel each other out, okay? So what remains? There's still going to be 1 positive person left, right? So 2 plus -1 is going to be, how many positive people are left? 1. So it's going to be +1. All right, so it's like war, and then whichever team has the most fighters, that's how you determine who gets what sign. Okay, so right here, because 2 is bigger than 1, right? So it's gonna go towards the positive side. All right, we're gonna do another example. All right, and the problems can come at you differently. It could be -3 plus 4, right? No, I don't like 4. Let's use 1. All right. So now it's 3 negative people, right? So versus 1 positive, right? Well, it's gonna be outnumbered, but this one positive is gonna go out swinging. It's gonna take down at least one of them. All right. So how many negative people are left? 2, right? So when that happens, what are we gonna be left with? 2 negative people, right? So the answer is gonna be -2. And it's kind of like that. You just want to see them. They're gonna go at war. They're gonna fight each other, but at the end of the day, they're gonna cancel each other out. And that's basically the trick. You can do that, and then you're gonna have to, and that's basically the trick. So we're gonna give you guys one more. I'm gonna give you guys a practice problem, and then you're gonna check your answer. All right. So we're gonna have -5. Let's do +6 actually, because it's blue. We're gonna have +6 plus -4. What does that equal? All right. This is your practice problem, and you're doing this on Edpuzzle, so it'll give you the answer. You're not gonna be able to move on unless you get the answer right. All right. So that's how you add positive and negative numbers. And give me 1 second. That's how you add positive and negative numbers. But we're gonna continue, and then we're gonna do the last one. And this last one is how to subtract with positive and negative numbers. All right. Let me just create a page, and we're gonna focus on how to subtract with signed numbers. All right. And for this, I'm just gonna tell you something. And I'm gonna tell you this. Subtraction is a lie. And what do I mean by subtraction? All right. So what I mean by that, let's say you have 4 minus 3. All right. We know that's 1, right? We know that's 1. But what you might not know is that you could rewrite this as 4. And then whenever you have this -3, you're going to rewrite that as plus -1. All right. Oops, no, my bad. Not -1. I'm so sorry. Minus -3. All right. And if you look at our 4 positives, right, we have 4 pluses here. And we have 3 negatives. This is going to cancel out. That's going to cancel out. This cancel out this guy. This guy cancel out this guy. Just 1 remaining. So it's going to be a +1. All right. So whenever you have subtraction, it's really just a lie. You're just adding by a negative. Okay. So this case is pretty simple, right? We're just going to go into our second case. And and that's the easy one. So let's say we have 5 minus -2. All right. So this is where it gets trickier. But basically, when you ever have minus a negative, this is the trick you do. There's a trick that helps me, all right? And the student taught me this. You gotta do this. Plus what? You're gonna do that. Why? Because really subtraction is a lie. So you're gonna rewrite this as 5. And then remember, we're gonna do plus, and then you're gonna do negative of a negative number that's positive. So you're gonna do, what's the negative of -2? You're gonna do +2, which is 7. All right. Because whenever you have subtraction, like I said, the trick is to do this. I'm going to do plus. Minus a negative is really just addition. So 5 plus 2 is 7. And so that's what we got. All right, so this one's pretty easy. All right, and here comes a tricky one. Here comes a tricky one, but not really. All right, I'm giving you guys all the cases. All right, so what happens if we have negative 3 minus 2? What? Negative minus a positive? So subtraction is a lie, so we're going to rewrite this, okay? We're going to rewrite this as negative 3, and then plus, and then remember, this minus 2, you're going to rewrite that as negative 2. What? And we just went over how to do that. It's just like adding what's negative 3 minus 2? That's negative 5. What? Subtraction is what? Addition? Crazy. I know. Sanchez, you crazy. I don't even know how we're going to do this. All right. And so there's one last case, all right? What happens if we have negative 6 minus negative 4? What? Sanchez, you didn't teach us that. Oh, but I kind of did, right? Because remember, minus a negative, that's just plus. So you can rewrite your problem as negative 6 plus 4. And remember, they're going to war. Who has more on their teams? Negative 6 or 4? 6 is bigger, right? So how much bigger is 6 from 4? 2. So you're going to get negative 2. And if you have a problem, and you can't visualize it, remember, just a battalion of 6 negatives versus 4 positives, right? They're going to go to war. This one cancels out this guy. This guy kills this guy. They kill each other. They take each other out. What's left? 2 negatives. What? Damn. Pretty simple, right? So you're going to have these practice problems. You're going to have these problems right here, bruh, my friend. All right, so you're going to have these practice problems. They're going to show up as problems on your Ed puzzle, okay? So your problems are 5, my bad, minus negative 2 is equal to what? You're going to have negative 4 minus 2 is equal to what? And you're going to have negative 3 minus negative 6, which is equal to what? And that's just a for giggles. 4 minus 1 is equal to what? All right, you're going to answer these on Ed puzzle. And yeah. All right, guys, this is Sanchez out. It's pretty simple. If you have any questions, remember, come to the Zoom meetings because that's where I help you.